Peace and blessings. Namaste to all light workers, warriors, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, and today I'm going to tackle a very heavy subject, and it's dealing with death of loved ones, death of people that we know, and our emotional attachment to them. And I'm going to teach you how to process this correctly by revamping your prayer life for the most optimal outcome of the situation, not just one that benefits you. Okay? There are many times where we will have a close relative or somebody that we deeply, deeply, deeply care about. And maybe they've gotten to an accident or maybe they felt ill. And during this time, they might be in a coma type of state, okay? And many of us, when this happens, we automatically start praying for the healing of this individual. Why? Because we don't want to let them go. Okay, we don't want to let them go because there's a deep-rooted emotional attachment to them, and we personally don't know how our lives would be without this person in it. So we automatically go into prayer mode on trying to save the individual. What you will find that will happen is all of the times your prayers are not the only ones that are being listened to. We have to get to the point in our journeys where we are evolving and understanding that the universe, source, divine energy, okay, is looking out for the best interest of more than one party that's involved. Some of our relatives, some of the people that we love and would hate to see go, you never know when they, in their soul mission, is actually tired and they want to go home. And therefore, your prayers are counteracting what their deep soul desire is. Some people are ready to transition because they want to be in peace. Maybe there's somebody that you were dealing with that was suffering from cancer, okay? And or some type of stomach cancer, some type of terminal illness. Maybe they are tired. All right. And maybe they're at the point that they're ready to transition on to a bigger and better future. Okay. Because remember, death is not the end. And as quickly as we can get this in our minds, we'll understand this and process this a lot smoother. And we won't be bumping heads against the universe. And we find ourselves bumping heads against the universe because we're taking a selfish approach on life. All right. So here's one of the things that could possibly happen. You have somebody that, I don't know, fell into a coma. Let's use that as an example. Now, while they're in that coma state, you don't know where the soul and the mind is at that moment, right? They could be in that place of peace. They can be in that place of joy. They have taught themselves to go ahead and detach from this realm of existence, and now they're ready to continue their journey, continue their evolutionary journey. But because you or I can't seem to see our lives without this person in it, we often find ourselves praying against the will of the person that's ready to go. This process will drag out for a while, and that person will continue to suffer. Why? Because they're concerned about you. Do you understand? It's like a mother is getting ready to leave this realm, but her child is crying and is hurt and might be going through a depression. So what happens then? She kind of holds on, and she kind of holds on, and she holds on, and she holds on, and she doesn't really transition at that time because she is so concerned about her baby. We have to always take into consideration that there's more than one prayer that is going up to source. Okay? And when we take ourselves out of the equation, we can process this transition a lot easier. You will be okay. You will. But you have to remember, it is not your duty to choose whether or not someone transitions or stays. It is them. All right? Instead of praying to bring somebody back because we can't phantom living our lives without them, you need to say this prayer instead. We approach divine source in the universe, and we are asking that if this soul is not quite ready to depart and is fighting for the continuation of their earth journey, we are asking for divine healing to take place, and we're sending strength for that person to fight. However, if the soul is ready to transition and the mission on this earth is complete, let them go in peace. Do you understand? We leave things open because we're not trying to butt heads. And while we're on this journey, we need to really, really, really start practicing the art of letting go. And the only way that we can process the art of letting go is when we have a full understanding that death is not the end. You'll see them again. Yes. Stop fighting uphill battles. Sometimes it's okay to rejoice. You never know when someone has been suffering here from a terminal illness that causes them pain every single day, and they are exhausted and they want to go home. But you're not letting them. And because you think you're doing the right thing, you're actually holding them here because they're afraid to leave you. They want to make sure that you're okay. You have to learn how to be okay with death and say the prayers that are pertinent for that transition. Because you don't know the place that the person is in, you don't automatically want to hold them here. That's a selfish act. We want to release those who want to be released so that they can continue and get out of the pain. And we want to bring those back who are fighting to be here because their journey is incomplete, or they have not cleared all of their karma, or they still have more work to do. Okay? Let's learn to take ourselves out of the equation. Yes, we're going to miss our loved ones. Yes, we're going to wonder what life is going to be without them. But know and understand that death is not the end. Actually, it's the beginning. I am Sophie, and I love you all.